Hello. So we were discussing about what is the process. So as we stated earlier, process is simply a program in execution. Now, when we deal with different operating systems, the terminology never changes. It remains same. So whenever we are talking about a program in memory or a program which is executing, this would be referred as a process. So let us see like how exactly the processes work in Windows. So in general, like the way that we saw with respect to the process in Linux operating system, similarly, a process is instance of a program which is running in memory currently. Okay, and each process in Windows has process ID, like a unique identifier, memory space, handles, and so on. So these are part of your process control block. Now, when we do deal with process states, the process states would be known as like the way that we already saw the process state model for Windows. Sorry, for Linux. So ultimately, on the similar line, there would be process states related to Windows operating system as well. Now, when we do deal with the process states, like if at all we have to see like what different process states are, so it starts with new, where the process is being initialized, like generally a process is created, then the other state is ready, the process is in memory and waiting for CPU allocation. Running, the process executing on the CPU, it can be waiting or referred as blocked. The process may be waiting for an event in terms of IO or user input. Process may be suspended as an state, it would be ready or waiting. The process is paused but remains in memory, correct, and it would be used for power efficiency. And last state possibly could be terminated. The process has completed the execution or forcefully stopped. Now, when we do deal with these processes, how on Windows, if at all I have to see how which process are running. So let us try to understand what exactly the process would be. Like what would be the method to see the running or maybe viewing or managing the process in Windows. So first option for us would be a task manager like through a GUI. So if you press Control Alt Delete on shell, so you should see a task manager, okay, which would be shown like this. Correct. And you would be seeing different contents of it, different processes which are running there. Correct. Different processors that are running there. So it would have multiple components. These would be part of your process control block. Most of these things would be taken from there. Okay. Now, if at all I have to use another option, so what would be the best choice for me? So what I will do is I will go to command shell. Correct. Say for to do so, what I will be required is to go to the terminal and really see like how exactly the processes can be displayed. Now to do so, we will start the command shell. So simply write here CMD. Okay, it will take you to a command prompt. And now this command prompt, we are going to make use of to display the different processes which are running. Now, when we have to deal with this, okay, so if at all I have to display the processes which are running. So the way that I showed earlier, if I press Control Alt Delete and I click on Task Manager, it shows me that these are the process running. Like I can sort them appropriately by name or so on. Okay. Similarly, if I want to display, if I don't have any geo access, what I will be doing is I will be typing here task list. Now this task list will display different processes which we saw rather earlier, okay, with respect to the process, with respect to the task manager, what are the process which are running in the memory, correct? So you can see these all processes which are running, correct? So these are all things, and if you see the top, it again contains name of the process, image name, PID, and a few other parameters that would be added. Now, if let us say I wish to go further and wish to check, okay, like can we get details of it? So ultimately, you can the way that is shown on the what you can call it as taskbar. Similarly, I can see the process running. Now, these are the processes which are running in memory currently. Now there is another option to see these processes. Okay, so what exactly you do is you go to you press start button, and now what you have to do is you have to right click on this start button. So generally we use left click, right click on here, and you will see that there is an option called PowerShell. PowerShell provides more detailed insights to the process states which we would be using. Like PowerShell would be the one mechanism. The way that we see we actually used the shell through CMD. Now we are using Windows PowerShell, which is for admin purposes. So let us say this is how it would be looking like. Okay. So let me increase a bit a font size. Now, when we have to display the processes, what exactly you would be doing is you will be typing get process. If I click on it, similarly, the way that we saw, maybe some other details probably would be added there. So if I go here and try to check contents of it, image name, PID, session name, sessions, memory usage, and so on. Some of the columns may be same, but it would be adding more columns over here. Now here, whenever we are talking about like whether the process, if I want more details, I can make use of different options available there. Okay, with respect to this get process. Correct. Now, if for example, suppose now we are running say PowerPoint or we are running the CMD. Okay. Now, if I want to display rather the process, so what exactly I will do? I can do is say for example I will write get process and I will write CMD for example. Now it will display me information about that process only. So if at all I don't want to display all processes, I can do this. Now, if there are some processes which may be in other stages rather, I definitely can see them through this. Fourth option probably could be like you go to again you press Windows button, okay, and R, and there you write Windows and R button, okay, that you pressed. Then you write Resmon, okay, and you press OK. So this is one other option which you can make use of, and you will be saying same thing here. Okay. Only now additional thing is here it is shown, which is not shown on the command prompt, okay, or a PowerShell or even a taskbar. I can see here the status. Now the way that we talked about the process states, okay, in Windows, you can see running processes are shown here. Now this process like search app is suspended. Now suppose if I go to the search app, let us go here. These are the processes. Suppose if I click here and I can see the analyze weight chain. So as to see what because of what the process is pending. Correct. To know more details about this, we can definitely make use of this. Now here running means what? Whatever the way that we saw here. Like for example, if I sort it, so there is terminated, okay, there is running, okay, and there is suspended. So running means the process actively executing. Suspended means the process is paused by Windows to save the resources. And not responding probably can be option. Like here, you may not see that option probably because there is no process which is not into non-responding mode. But if at all this process is stopped due to high CPU or IO usage, then in that case, that process may enter into non-responding state. So this is how you can display the processes that are running on Windows platform. Thank you.